Hello and welcome to the Fulhamish Quick Take here on the Fulhamish YouTube channel after our 1-0 defeat to Man United on Friday night at Old Trafford. I'm pretty tired, I won't lie to you. I got back from Manchester to London late last night. Thank you very much to Dan who drove all the way. Absolute hero's performance. Yeah, not had loads of sleep and not the kind of result that ultimately you schlep it all the way to Manchester for. In all honesty, it was one of those games where we got in at 1 minute past 8. The traffic going up was horrendous, and then it's a long trip back. It is a long way in the car. I don't think I'll book the train next time. But anyway, I think Fulham were unlucky, and straight off the bat, I feel like there'll be some United fans who watch this and they're like, "Unlucky? Did you see the XG? Fine." United won the XG battle. There's no doubt about it. You had big chances that were missed. Bert Leno pulled off some big saves, and that's fine. But I feel like anyone who watched the game or was at the game like me, that's not a reflection of the game that, oh, it should have been 3-0 United. Maybe United taken all their chances. The thing that frustrates me about last night is that I think the Fulham were in it. I think the Fulham had big opportunities to make opportunities. And it's a bit of a concerning pattern that I guess I'll come on to. I mean, Fulham named an unchanged lineup from the friendly against Hoffenheim. You had Andreas Pereira alongside Lukic in midfield, and then Emil Smith-Rowe at number 10, Iwobi on the left, Adama Traore on the right, Rodrigo Muniz up front, and then I guess the back four that we're used to, Kenny Tete coming in on the right side for Timmy Castagna. And for the first 15 minutes, I thought Fulham were brilliant. I thought Fulham really gave United a scare. I thought Adama Traore looked fantastic, and we had big moments. And I think that Adama Traore raced into the box. We should have found someone. I felt like both Muniz and Iwobi made the same run when a Traore got into the box. Obviously, Tete really tested Onana early doors as well. Definitely, I can concede that from about 20 minutes onwards until half-time, Fulham, I don't know, seemed to retreat. The momentum swung. United had a lot of the ball and actually had their biggest chances of the game. I mean, but one of them came from a Bert Leno mistake. I felt like most of United's openings came from something sloppy that Fulham did. I thought that 0-0 was fine at half-time. Yes, United missed a couple of big chances. They missed another one early on in the second half. Bert Leno, again, pulling off a big save. I think the key moment of the match from a Fulham perspective, we all know it, was the 2-on-1, where Andreas Pereira is through. It's just him and Alex Iwobi against Harry Maguire. And Harry Maguire is not exactly in this moment in the best position either. And I don't understand how, of all the things, like there is lots of things that can go wrong in that situation, but hitting Maguire I thought was actually the least likely of them all. I'm not sure what happens. It almost gets a bit caught under Pereira's feet, and I think he tries to play the perfect pass ahead of Iwobi, and he just ends up passing it straight into Harry Maguire, who just almost is like, it hits him. He just is like, oh, wow, I can't believe my luck here, and the chance is gone. I think you just square it to Iwobi. I don't think you need to give him the perfect pass. I think he's in such a good position that as long as you get the ball to him, it doesn't need to be like perfectly ahead of him so he can run onto it. You just need to get the ball to Alex Iwobi. And I think that he's composed enough to finish it as well. I mean, it's such a big missed opportunity, but I don't want to rat on Andreas Pereira. These moments happen, I guess. It does seem to happen to him a little bit more than others. But this is what I wanted to come on to that I think is something that maybe I thought was a one-off last season that I think is becoming a trend. For me, there's two games last season that last night felt very similar to. Chelsea away, Brentford away. Both games, you'd look at the highlights and did Fulham actually create that many clear-cut chances? We didn't spoon 10 shots over the bar from a yard out. Actually, if you look at the highlights, it looks like Fulham didn't create anything. But if you're at the games, you know that Fulham did. I feel like it's poor decision-making, often after great play. We'll do 2 or 3 intricate passes, we'll break through the lines, suddenly we've got, a 4-on-3 or at least like 3-on-3. There's a real chance there. and the wrong pass is made at that time. So there never gets to the point where there's a good cross in for someone to have a chance on goal, because the wrong pass is made. It's like the hockey pass is wrong. And there was loads of moments where that happened last night, where we break into the box and you're like, here's a chance, here's a chance, here's a chance. Oh, we've got the wrong ball, or we've made the wrong decision. There was another one last night, and again, it was Pereira, where he gets the ball in midfield. Again, great work. And there's just quite a simple pass for Adama Traore, who basically has the whole of the United half to run into. And I think only Martinez was there. For me, this is now becoming a bit of a trend, a bit of a problem. But I do think it's something that probably Marco can work on. And I'm almost certain he'll have seen way before any of us have. I just think maybe when our attacking patterns, it's almost like rabbit and headlight situation. We get the ball, there's a really exciting opportunity. The pass is to the left and we play it to the right. That's, I think, what Fulham need to, join the dots at better. And I think if we had last night, I think it would have been a different result. And you can look at the XG or whatever you want, but something like Andreas Pereira passing it straight into Harry Maguire isn't registered as XG. There isn't an expected goal from him passing it into the centre-back in the middle of the pitch. But we know that actually if he does find that pass, there's a really high XG. Alex Iwobi has a great chance to score. So this is the thing for me, is you can read into the stats all you want. I don't think that Fulham deserve to win. I think we deserve to draw. And the winner, it's good play from United. It's a good finish from Xerxes. It's on his debut. I think that the chance is created because Bruno Fernandes beats Kearney in the middle of the pitch. He's on a yellow card, so can't foul him. Get an overload on the right-hand side, and before you know it, Fulham are in a world of pain and a world of trouble. That can happen as well against quality teams. They're able to bring on quality players such as Xerxes off the bench. And for me, really, Fulham blew it before then. I was hoping we might hold on for a 0-0 draw. Alas, it's a 1-0 defeat. Is it that, damaging for our season? A defeat at Old Trafford, a team that is probably going to be in the top 6? No, not particularly. It's just a shame. It's just a shame. And actually a point, if we'd have come out of that with a 0-0 draw, I think we'd have been like, wow, what a start to the season. This is something we can really build on. We've got a couple of winnable games coming up. We could be looking at, 5 to 7 points at the first international break, which would be a really healthy position to be in. We have a winnable game next against Leicester. I really hope we can take advantage of that and maybe just find our scoring boots again. And maybe we've got a bit of time now. We've got 8 days. Let's just get on the training pitch. Mark game that he really, really wants new signings, and that he feels that losing what he said were 4 first-team players is a massive blow to him. He wants 3 players minimum before the end of the window. I do think that an Andre or a proper defensive midfielder in there, a 6, would have been helpful last night. I don't love Lukic in the 6. I think the Pereira was okay in the 8, despite big mistakes. But I think it's clear that we need reinforcement there. I think a centre-back for competition for Diop would be good, but I actually didn't think he had a terrible game last night. I'm not actually sure what the third position is that Marco wants. Is it a striker maybe to provide some competition to Muniz, who didn't do an awful lot last night? Potentially, I'm not sure. But I think there's positives to take from last night, but there's also some concerns. But concerns that I believe can be ironed out. So that's the quick take. Let me know what you thought of the game in the comments below. Very sorry for my shambolic, tired, ragged appearance on the quick take this morning. Hope you can forgive. If you don't subscribe to the channel already, we're doing one of these quick takes after every league match this season. So make sure you subscribe. Have a great rest of your weekend. Come on, you Whites.